This is Disclosure Now with Arkin Ra, a show where we expose the truths that are nefariously hidden from humanity. Today's guest is contactee Brandon Vegas, whose summoning of UFOs attracted the attention of the FBI and NASA. This is his story of summoning spacecraft and eventually boarding them.
All right, welcome to Disclosure Now, everybody. We've got Brandon Vegas on the show, and Brandon is an experiencer from Hawaii, and he's definitely got a lot of really interesting stories and really intense testimony involving some very real stuff. I totally believe his story, and I totally believe in what he's saying happened to him. And so basically, why don't you start? And by the way, also, we did this interview. We've been trying this for like 2 hours now. We've been having a lot of technical difficulties. So we're going to start over now because we got him a little bit louder. He's really quiet before, but we figured it out. We got him louder. And now hopefully we will be able to just get through the whole interview and it'll be a breeze. So why don't you start with just basically the high streams just that you experienced at school in Hawaii?
Okay, so when I was in school, from 11 years old, my mom was... she told the teachers and everybody that I was in league with the devil. So my mom had me put in some mental hospital from 11 to 14. I used to be able to, so back in the 70s, we had old-fashioned phones with long cords. So the phone would lift up off the receiver and crack my mom in the head. I have nowhere near the phone. And the rocker would rock back and forth really violently. I mean, I had gifts and powers at that age. I didn't even know that I had them. I was not aware of what was going on. You know, I knew I see stuff at that age, but I didn't know why. I just kept it to myself because I thought it would be better that way. My mom was very abusive, so less you tell her, the more or less lickings you get. You know what I mean? So she stuck me in this hospital called Leahi. It was a military hospital by Diamond Head, and back in the 70s, it was used for experiments in military stuff and whatnot. So I was in a program where every Sunday they would have us come out of the room. We're isolated. No one could talk to each other. So we're isolated. They take us in a room and they give us headphones, like your headphones, and they give us a series of zeros and ones, and they would have us draw things such as like stairs going down into, like, you know, going down, like stairways going all the way straight down, or missile silos, or anything to do with like complex home buildings and stuff. I thought it was fun, you know what I mean? I was 11 years old. I didn't have any friends, so I thought, yeah, right now, this guy comes every Sunday to hang out with me. That's what I thought it was. And then as I started to get older, I started to realize, you know, one of my friends told me, you know what we're doing, right? And he told me, it's called remote viewing, where we're giving our secrets, where they're using us because we have no jobs, we have no expectations, we're young, we're innocent, so they're using that. So there's a program they speak about called a Mall Talk Project, right? So a friend of mine,
I was a part of that.
She was a TR-3B pilot. She's on Facebook. She's a friend of mine from Rodney. We call him Big Chief on podcasts. He's from Rome, New York, and he had the same things that happened to me. It's kind of happening to him, but he's a little bit like probably close to my age and everything. But he ordered the same lasers as me, and I told him exactly how I did what I did, and he actually started seeing triangles and fleets of them going over his property. And I have
why don't you go into what you do with those lasers? Because you talked about that before, but we haven't brought it up this time.
So I was using lasers. This is during COVID now. It was locked down, and nobody could really. So now we're fast forwarding 2 years later. So I'm using lasers and whatnot. I wanted to know for myself what the pilots are seeing. Is this real? Is this a figment of people's imagination, or is this the military, or is this something much more? So I set up a very, very extremely high-powered laser to the sky, and I've had it deployed until the battery died. And I did this for hours and hours. I'll go upstairs about 2 a.m. But the 8th day that I was doing this, I got a hit. Well, my cousin was with me, actually, and I will never forget this because he don't talk to me to this day because of it. So he's sitting in his beach chair, eating McDonald's. I'm drinking a shake, and all of a sudden, a green laser hit my foot area, and where he was sitting in my foot, My cousin looked at me, big eyes. He's like, bro, someone's aiming shit at us. So my cousin got up and he went underneath the tree that's next to where a parking lot is. And so I was like, what the fuck? I thought I saw something blink in the sky, like from far away, but I saw the orange thing blink. So I shined my laser. I went in the pattern of dot, 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 dot. I did it three times. And next thing you know, so I'm looking this way. So I'm not paying attention to the right side of me. I'm paying attention to the left. I'm looking at the Orion constellation, basically. Next thing I know, my cousin's like, dude, whatever you do, don't fucking freak. I'm like, what? I didn't even see it, bro. He seen it. My cousin saw it and froze. Like, he got so freaking scared that 3 years he hasn't spoken to me. He's like, bro, whatever you do, just don't freak out. I'm like, what? He goes, look above your building. Turned around and it was like something like this. Like, I saw that thing and I cried. I had to catch a breath. I was like, what? My cousin slipped out of his B shirt, folded his shirt, grabbed his McDonald's. He got mad at me. He said, see what you did? That you're going to deal with that. And he jumped in his car and left. So here I am. Okay, so now I got a UFO above my building, right? Obviously, I called it with my laser, so I have to take care and find out why did they respond to my SOS. So I have a series of, let's see if I can find it. So I can explain to you and show you at the same time. So I have this flashlight right here. See this? Very expensive. Sink right on my. Okay, this way. So this. Well, look at the colors. Okay, so we got ultraviolet. Then you got red. Then you got green. And then you got blue. And then you got cop mode. So this flashlight is very expensive. So I use this flashlight. I use red for yes, green for no, and blue. I'm going to ask you some questions. Yeah, being I'm handicapped, I use hand signals. Hand signals from the alphabets of being sign language A, B, C, D. So that's how I was communicating with them, and they let me do this for a good while, and then somebody decided to call the police on me. The cops came. They're questioning me why I'm deploying lasers in the sky. And my response was, lightsaber, very expensive. So I'm just conducting some experiments. I'm not aiming at no helicopters or no planes or anything. I know not to do that. And I said, well, since you're here, do me a favor. So I know I'm not nuts. What do you see above you? And there were seven cars were parked in my parking lot. They came out just fairly nice to me. And then one guy guys, that looks like a prism diamond in the sky, but that's kind of too low to be a star. So I was like, okay. I said, do me a favor, you guys, shine this flashlight. 5 times the beam hit me. It was just good morning, Mr. Vegas. Oh, good morning, my people. Something like that, bro. So I took 3 steps back. I already knew what was going to happen. I just wanted to see their fucking faces, bro. They shined their light at it. The thing powered up blue and shined a very, very potent beams on them. Their eyes came this big, bro. They turned around and looked at me. They all looked at me with their shoulders, with their head sunken into their neck. They all looked at me like this, like what the fuck are you looking at me? You guys are the cops, bro. What are we supposed to do? So one cop's like, was just having his head like a shark fin. Dude, I'm out of here. That's against my religion and my beliefs. So I'm done. I'm gonna gracefully fall out. You guys deal with this. So yeah. So 6 or 6. 7 of the 6. So the 6th guy starts crying like a bitch. I'm like, bro, go up here. Well, come on, stop doing this. The younger guy's jumping up and down, pointing and they go, oh, they do exist. What the heck, bro? They're good fucking little kids, bro. I'm like the oldest one there. So I told the guy, I said, okay, so the cop that was crying, I said, what rank are you? Someone sergeant. I said, what are you supposed? I don't know what to do. He starts crying again. I'm like, wow, pull your head out of your ass and come on. They're here. What are we supposed to do? What is the next protocol? So I told him, I think the next protocol would be the FBI. He goes, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Right, they don't have rules for this. Yeah, it's not. Never happened. It never happened to nobody in Hawaii before. So the FBI show up, right? So the girl and the guy, and she was hot, smoking. Usually Asians are hot. And he comes up to me with this fucking attitude. He has handcuffs in his hand, about to fucking strap them on me. And I mean, I'm backing up, going, fuck, let's go, bitch. You know, I'm a Hawaiian, I don't fuck around. So the girl's like, bro, whatever. The girl's like, stop what you're doing, look above you. And she's, the fuck, the UFO is blinking red. Was blue means I'm peaceful. Was blinking red. And trying to beam right down at him. Not her. She took 2 steps away. She's not gonna beam on him. He's like, oh, what the fuck? So he's freaking out. Right? Not the FBI, you know. So the FBI is like, wait a minute. So the FBI is like, he puts his handcuffs away. He goes, not today, bro. Live to tell another day. You know what I mean? Live to tell another tale. So they left, right? Oh no. So they called NASA. Cape Canaveral, mind you. Captain, never spoke to NASA in my whole entire life. This is the conversation, straight up, bro. What the fuck did you do? I'm like, that's the way you guys talk to people in Hawaii. Why you guys keep peel out mouth, so? Peel out means no good, like rubbish. So I'm like, wow, I said, you know, so I got offended because here I am with this task that's just, what the fuck am I gonna do? You know what I mean? So I told NASA, I'm doing your fucking job, first off. Have you guys ever tried to open communication channel and talk to them with kindness and respect? No, it's not. I said, well, that's the reason why they fucking respond to your dumbass. So the conversation was like a 5-minute conversation. They hung up on me. Then I have another phone call from the Space Force. Lady answers, she's like, what qualifies you to be a ufologist? I'm like, I got UFOs coming out my ass. What about you? And she's like, well, I said, you know, why am I talking to you? If you've never seen a UFO, you have no idea what I'm about, what I'm doing, then just get off the phone. Put somebody on the phone that I can talk to that understands what's going on. No one's ever seen one. I'm like, listen, it's like, what am I supposed to do now? The Space Force was scared. The FBI is scared. Okay, so 3 days go by, right? Very peaceful, quiet. Do my thing with them. Stay out at 2 o'clock, play guitar, hang out with them. 3 days later, I get a phone call from the security booth telling me, Vegas, come downstairs here. People want to talk to you. So, I mean, I live 41 floors up, so I look out my window. I always see black suits everywhere. So I'm thinking, oh, shit. Here we go again. Back down the rabbit hole. So I went downstairs, and I brought my weed pipe thinking I'm going to get arrested. So I might as well take the last hit before I go down. And they had a box with paid lunches and food and drinks, and they said, "You Vegas?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "We've been expecting. Have a shot." They put their guns against the wall. They're AR-15s, bro. Like I've never seen one in real life. Only in movies. I'm like, they actually let me see it, but you know what I mean. Like he was right next to me. I said, "Can I?" He said, "Sure." After what the fuck you seeing? Go for it. He said, "Just don't hit the trigger. Don't touch the trigger." I'm trusting you, Vegas. This up. Yeah, I promise. I can follow directions. So I played the gun for like 5 minutes, looked at it, pulled the clip off, put the clip back in, cranked it, but never fired around. Hit it on, put it on safety, put it against the wall. I was thinking, that was hey, yo, cool. So like, we're gonna sit in a circle and introduce ourselves. I said, okay, so that works for me. So there are like 2 of them, and we're so and so, we're from the FBI, Special Crimes Unit Division. That's okay. So we're from Homeland Security. Okay. I work from OSI. I said, what is OSI? Office of Special Investigations for the Military. And I said, oh shit. And she's like, Vegas, first of all, one of them gave me a lei. I put the lei on top of me, gave me a hug, and told me, wow, you know, this has never happened before. This is kind of, a lot of us are into UFOs. We didn't think they were real. We thought it was like kids' wildest imaginations. You know what I mean? That they talk about, but no one's ever seen one. So here you are, a public building. So we're gonna start setting up, and then he gave me a paper. He says, "I want you to sign this paper. You can't go to the press. You can't go to the news. You gotta just keep this between us. We're gonna put up a post by the police station in Pearl City. You know the Papaki Park." I said, "Yeah, a big huge park where people play basketball. Get a police station in the back. We're gonna set up a booth. We're gonna have a laser aimed at your window. We're gonna have military drones. The military guys are talking to me. We're gonna have military drones watch from the outskirts so they can record you, and they say, oh, we can't allow you to go with them. And I fucking kind of looked at them like, what are you talking about? No one said nothing about me going anywhere. I didn't even meet them yet. They're like, well, so Vegas, what would it take for you to stop posting pictures and videos on Facebook? Like what? So he reached into his wallet and gave me $200. Said $100 each week, and then after the second week, you can go and post whatever you want to post. We need to look at what you have so far, and yeah, and then we're gonna have a special police unit monitor you, and are you gonna meet some girl? And he told me she's smoking hot, bro. Her name is Kimmy, and she walked onto the property, acting all like they speak how I speak. A short Filipino Japanese girl. She was all dressed up in SWAT. She says, Vegas yet? Oh, I talked to you, Maui. And so she pulled me off to the side. She goes, bro, so my name is so and so. The pictures that you have, I'm the only one that's allowed to see them. The other cops, even if they ask you, because if I find out they do, they're suspended. I said, holy shit. I said, oh, I said, you're not SWAT. And she goes, you're very intuitive. She goes, no, I work for Washington, but we're stationed in Hawaii. Just in case something like this ever happened. And guess what? It's happening. So I'm going to work with you personally. I want to come by at night. First of all, I haven't swum in a swimming pool, bro. She's beautiful. I haven't swum in a pool in a long time. You think I can come tonight and maybe take a dip and then we can go show me how you do what you do? And I was like, absolutely. So my friends were all sick, but she pulled in with an RX-7. She pulled in my parking lot. Beautiful white bathing suit. She come out with them towel. She was, before we say anything, I need a dip. She hopped over the wall and just jumped right into the pool, bro. My kind of girls. They go, oh. So we hung out. We sat down and she said, you burn? I'm like, she goes, no worries. You're not in any trouble. She, in fact, a lot of people are scared of you. I said, why? Because that's considered evil. I said, but they're not evil. I said, you guys got it wrong. I said, not all. I said, why would they come down this much miles to come to Earth to start shit? It makes no sense. No. The first time the beam hit me, they could have disintegrated my ass, right? Or pushed me up into the helicopter.
Human beings can be extremely evil. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a silly thing to think that just because. Right, like it's kind of like a silly reaction to it, an immature reaction to it.
So she sat down with me after we swam. She sat down with me and she dried off with her towel and whatnot, and then we sat in an area where I would see these things. So all I would have to do is shine my flashlight and go dot dot, or in fact not even, just turn them on real bright and aim them. We have this thing called rail in Hawaii. It's like a monorail system. So the bus runs on the ground, and then the train is above. It goes all the way to Kakako, and then you have to get up and it goes to Pearl Harbor, where the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. So it goes to Pearl Harbor, and then you got to catch the bus from there to go to town. But it goes all the way from. So my brother's window was 31st floor. We could see like crafts. My brother even seen him. My brother was like he wasn't into this shit, so that's not his cup of tea. But one night he came downstairs. I was doing my thing, and my brother has never seen him. And they saw my brother come around the corner, and one of them lit up really bright white and started like ding, ding. Like it was like flashing, but almost like where's my flashlight? That's way to describe it. It was doing this. Exactly that. The thing it's going so fast. So he did that to my brother. My brother like leaned in and he goes, so that's what you've been seeing. So that's what was by my, so in 2017, that was the one that, whatever these was, that was by my window. My brother like leaned in, gave me a cigarette, told me, I got some dinner when you call with that, call upstairs for me. And it's like he didn't even freak. But people walking their dogs, the security guards and the property manager, I wasn't allowed to speak to nobody. They gave me rules. You can't talk to nobody. When you come downstairs, you face the wall, don't talk to nobody. So I was treated like I was retarded. You know what I mean? They was not having that. So the property manager was really, really evil to me. So one night they followed him. They followed his fucking car. True story, bro. They followed his ass. And They could have easily just grabbed him and threw him into the volcano. You know what I mean? Problem done. They're here to punish the wicked. You know what I mean? Not so anybody who did wrong to me, they'd probably lose their life. Yeah, and I just tell it like it is. So after all said and done,
Hey, is there any way you can turn off your fan or like get out of the
yeah.
line of it because you can hear it in the speakers? You can hear the.
Sorry, my bad. Okay. Yeah, okay, so now I learned how to communicate with them through. So I asked them straight up, like, are you here to help us, Red?" I said, "Okay, cool." We started to communicate. So I told him, I pointed to you. I said, "You, are you evil?" When I did orange, I said, "Green, no." I said, "Okay. Has this anything to do with what? Has this something to do with me?" "Yes." So okay. Now we're establishing communication. Okay. This is what my game plan. I slept on it, so I thought this is what I was gonna do to try and figure out the communication. So I already knew what I was gonna do in advance when the next night came out. So I started talking to them. I asked them. I said, "Are you from a different star system or a different universe?" "Yes." So okay. Are 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 you ready here on planet Earth? "Yes." I said, "Okay, fuck. It's fucking. You just answer my question." So we have extraterrestrials here on our planet, bro. There's 58 different species. They come and go. Some of them live on military bases. Some of them work with engineers, consultants. I mean, people they leave. So talking like EGN, Skunkworks. A lot of these UFOs that the pilot's been seeing, they're not extraterrestrial. They're made from EGN. So Robert Bigelow and his Aerospace Force, whatever thing that he has, he's got a lot of artifacts, metal materials, and things that he acquired. So when he was living on Skinwalker Ranch, their ranch is very, very, very extraterrestrial haunted, if you know what I mean. Like you had Homestead too, and you had the Mesa. There's two different vortexes. One, you could literally in season 4, you could see a UFO opening up the mountain and coming right out of the mountain, out of the Mesa. That was pretty amazing to see that. So I will tell you this. A lot of people who are flat earthers or round earthers, I want to tell you something right now. When I got a ride to go above, I was taken through my window. I thought it was just the scene of the girl. The ship looked very rainbow inside. I kept on hearing the word indigo children, but the ship was like if you were looking at a rainbow at night. That's the best way to describe it. And they told me some stuff. They told me that we have chosen you because of your high frequency level, because of your autism, because of your spectrum side of shit. You have seen things before, and we didn't think that you was going to get scared, and you have not showed any sign of being scared. They asked me, "Why didn't you run?" I was like, I said, my feet didn't want to move. My body wanted to move. My feet stood my ground. I just waved at it. I was, why do I have a problem here? Might as well be nice. So because I showed them kindness and respect, they did the same for me. And if anybody hurted me, yeah, they would kill them. I'm sorry, but they don't play by the same rules as we do. So Josh Green is the governor, and then you have the mayor. When they caught wind of this, they asked him kindly to tell them to leave, pack it up, and have them leave. They came to Hawaii to sign a treaty with Hawaii because Hawaii was run by kings and queens back in 1800s. King Kamehameha and his royal family ruled by monarchy, and they thought that it was something really cool. In fact, they even told me that your people on boards that ride waves it's so common, so soothing. We'd love to come down and stretch our feet on the sand and walk amongst the humans. So they were denied that, and when I told her that they had to go, she was not happy. She stood up. She looked at me. She goes, "You see what I look like, right? I look angelic, I'm beautiful looking and whatnot, but you don't really know what we are. I'm going to show you." She goes, "I'm upset, but I hope this doesn't change our friendship." I was like, "What the fuck are you about to do?" She closed her eyes, and her eyes are fucking ripped and fucking
whole face distorted. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah, that fan though, I think it's blowing wind into the
Okay, got it.
microphone.
Oh, okay, here. Okay, my bad. Oh, was this fan? Okay, because my fans are away from me. All right, so um, she showed me her red eyes, and then she stood up, and she's about 9.5 feet tall, so she was kind of tall. Um, her face distorted; it came forward, and she looked like the dragon from Dragon Ball Z. Looked like Shenron, bro. And she stood up, and her wings opened, and she lit up like Tinkerbell, and she goes, "They don't know who they're fucking with. And we didn't come here to fucking play games." And she's pissed. She says, "We're the Watchers. You know what that is, right?" And then she told me her spill. She goes, "God sent us here to rewrong our rights. We are the fallen, but not how you guys perceive what we are from your Bibles. Your Bible is not accurate." And I was like, "Okay, now we're going into religion." So I said, "Oh, cool. I got a lot of questions." I said, "So what is real? What is not?" The flood happened. Okay. Moses happened. Okay. David and Goliath happened. I said, okay, because he was a Nephilim, was he? He said, holy, you know his shit. And so Goliath was a Nephilim. Okay. So now you know. All right.
Yeah.
So they explained to me that a lot of the Nephilim fled underground before the flood hit. A lot of them are spiritual and psychic. They kind of knew something was at foot. So a lot of the Nephilim went to underground to Antarctica and went to sleep until it was time for the Great Awakening. So September 23rd, I don't know why I'm telling this, but I'm going to tell you straight up. So I belong to an organization called Majestic 12. I went on a radar. I was looking up who was the original members of MJ12, like what were their positions, what were their names, what year did this all come out? And I went to a site that I shouldn't have went on, and it red flagged me. My phone rang, and I'm looking at some young kid about maybe in his mid-20s, early 30s, and he said, "This is exactly what he told me, Mr. Vegas." And I was like, "Holy shit, he knows." I didn't say it, and I was like thinking in my head, "Holy shit, he knows my name." Well, I'm in so much trouble. So he said, "We've been watching you since your Hawaii little. You okay, bro?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "No, because we're good people, bro. We didn't call you to. I'm actually looking for a way to get in touch with you." So I heard that saw you on Facebook looking up MJ12. So I figured see where you're gonna go with this. So what do you know about MJ12? I said, I know that Truman and Eisenhower, after they had their extraterrestrial visitations at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, they formed MJ12, which is people to be sworn to secrecy and whatnot. Basically, if you could call them Men in Black, if you will. So I am a Men in Black, but I'm an intern, and I got my badge, I got my credentials, I got my paperwork that says my name on it and everything. Our cover says DHS office, but that's just cover. So you know what I mean. So if somebody goes there, because so what's happening now is, because of disclosure is very, very close. And what happened to the Senator Anna Paulina Luna and Tim Burton, they were stonewalled. So when I go to sleep, I get little signs from the Federation. They told me you need to get in touch with Anna Paulina, and you need to talk to her. So I got in touch with her. Come find out it was actually somebody pretending to be her. So I revealed a lot of information. I can be gullible and stupid sometimes. But I blocked her. I called Washington yesterday, and I told them that there's a lady pretending to be the senator, and probably a couple hours later, some lady, not her, but some lady from her office that works with her said, "You are who?" And I told her straight up who I am, what I'm about, and I have millions and millions of pictures on my phone, videos, conversations. And she goes, "This is kind of hard to swallow." I said, "I'm sure it is. It's not for the faint of everybody's heart. It's not." So she's like, "Well, I'm gonna reveal this to her, and we'll see from there." So nothing happened. I had to try another senator. So I went Tim Burton, left a message on his phone he's from Tennessee. So I left a Tennessee number and Washington number. So I'm gonna call him till somebody calls me. Me being an ambassador, my job is negotiation and peaceful, peaceful solution, whatnot. When I first was dealing with the military and everything, I wasn't an ambassador, so I didn't have any credentials. They told me we're not going to help you because you're not military. But everybody wanted to be a part of it, but they didn't want to lift a finger to help me. So you know what I mean. So here I am, and this cop comes onto my property. A man, Japanese Asian guy. I said, all the cops. I said, what happened to the cops that was in my team? All of them have been reassigned to a different district. They're being investigated. Blah blah blah. I said, well, I felt bad because it's like it wasn't me. I said, yeah, I got family and friends in this district. He goes, well, that's his proper protocol. They're being investigated, and they're like literally going before a lie detector test and all this shit. Vegas, we're not going to have you do that because we've seen your pictures on Facebook. We know that you are indeed in contact with whatever, whoever they are. But we don't want the whole state of Hawaii to panic. So you can't go to the news. You can't. So my UFO buddies come on my window and they said, we're going to fuck some shit up. I'm like, please don't. Just don't. Like, bro, we're not going to just stick around. We're going to venture. Woo! Promise to God, bro. He took off over the middle. He flew right over the fucking military base, alerting the whole entire military base. Kenneth Hall of the Naval Pacific Fleet in Pearl Harbor launched two F-22 Raptors, chasing two UFOs from where I live all the way to the island of Kauai, which is Barking Sands, the missile range on Kauai called Barking Sands. And the thing, they chased it as far as they could, and then they said on the news they opened fire and killed it. No. They couldn't even catch these things even if they tried, bro. It was like playing with them. So they end up right by my window again. So every night I would have a UFO in a drone. I call them scouts. I call them LED, lighted extraterrestrial android drone, LED. And each UFO, I was assigned two UFOs and two drones, right? I got them coming right by my window on one of my videos. I just gotta go find it and pull it up. I went on my old Facebook account and found really, really good, like compelling. My friend that's on my page said that's the best pictures I've ever seen, Vegas. Bro, I'm 40 something and I have never seen anything that close, that bright, that visible. Usually it's grainy. You can't see it. You can see the tail of the thing moving and blinking. You know what I mean? So I was like, drone. I didn't want to just say UFO. You know what I mean?
Do you have any of that stuff on your Facebook or like on a YouTube or anything that people that are watching this can check out?
So you have my Facebook. You're on my page now. So after we're done with this, I'll send you pictures. Is there people listening?
There will be. This is going to be uploaded later. It's just being recorded now.
Okay. So when they came visit me, it was during COVID. And like I said, there was a couple extraterrestrials in my apartment. One was a reptilian gray, a woman. They were all women, believe it or not, all of them. One was a human hybrid. One was damn it. People, are you still there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
So when they told me everything that was going on, they told me one thing that freaked me out. They told me, there's things that we want to tell you that hasn't happened yet, but it will happen like before you know it. So Russia's going to commit genocide. And I was like, oh shit, that's bad. You know, I didn't know what Ukraine was. I didn't even know who Ukraine, like where it was. So I had to educate myself. They said that we're going to go there and we're going to prevent them from fighting. I said, watching the news so you know that this is not a hallucination. You're not on drugs. And they told me, I want you to open your mouth. I'm going to give something to you. It was a pill. It was a two-tone different color. And then she told me, open your mouth. They put the pill in my mouth. They took the temperature with this thing. And they said that you will be better before you know it. I said, and whatever shots that they gave you and stuff is going to override it. Our technology is way better than your guys' technology. I said, these things, they told me that these things have staphylococcus and Ebola. And today was supposed to be October 4th, all the electronics and whatnot. I prayed last night really, really hard to the Federation. I asked them to block these signals. And when I woke up this morning, My phone was on the edge of my bed. It zapped because I carry a 6.1 frequency hertz. Yeah, that's the kind of frequency to attract ET ships. That's who I am. I'm a UFO summoner, not by choice, but because of my spectrum side of me. I'm able to contact ET ships. Now I don't even need lasers or flashlights. I just go outside, close my eyes, and think about them. I talk to them like I'm talking to you, and they show up. I mean, my neighbor, my neighbor 2 doors down, my girlfriend was like, "Hey, you gotta talk to Vegas." She's talking to him about astronomy, and then you gotta talk to him. You gotta talk to my boyfriend. He actually made contact with extraterrestrials, and he started laughing. So he's talking to me outside, smoking a cigarette, and we're talking about it, and he's looking at me, and his eyes come big because there was one behind him, uh, coming around the building, blinking red and white. And he's like, I've never seen something like that before. And I'm like, I said, let me guess. My boys are, I turn around, look, I shine my light at them, I wave at them. So next thing you know, so I'm looking at him now, right? So he was looking at me. Now I turned around, and so I told him, I said, don't freak, but it's behind you now. And when he saw it for the second time, he said, maybe it's best we don't talk. Lost a friend already. This is not for everybody. It's just not, bro. It's not.
People can't handle it. It's kind of. I think that's maybe one of the most interesting parts about your interview. Is just like people always are like, well, why haven't I ever seen one? Or like,
I'll tell you why. I know exactly why. It's because their level of low frequency blinds them from the truth. So they will never. It doesn't matter how rich they are, how successful they are. They'll never see an ET craft. They won't. It's not because in their mind, their hearts, and their souls, these things are don't exist. People are called Thomas dollars. You got three factions. You got Thomas dollars. You got the doomsday preppers, and you got the religious freaks. Okay. This is one of the three reasons why the government didn't want to tell us what's going on. But here's the kicker. The government has a treaty with the extraterrestrials called the Galactic Federation. Right? So there's extraterrestrials working in military bases as we speak. One of them is Dulce, New Mexico, Archuleta Mesa. There's a place called Nightmare Hall. It's like 6 floors down. And there was this thing a while back with a mouse that had a human ear on its body. That's where it came from. A lot of these cryptics that we're seeing on YouTube, and a lot of these cryptics get tossed out, and somehow they regenerate, and they become, they get more healthy, and they roam our planet. The Erectopangdic in Florida and all of that. These are cryptics that are interdimensional beings from different planets. The reason why we never call it Bigfoot, because they're interdimensional, bro. You'll smell them, and they smell like wet dog. You'll smell them, and they have an infrasound that if you're in your tent and they make this infrasound, you can't move. You're paralyzed. You know what I mean? They use sticks. They make whooping sounds. These things are real, bro. Like I've had friends that are on my page that.
I did an interview with Jessica Jones.
They're real.
Recently,
they're 100% real.
Yeah,
I would sit down and
they're definitely real.
I would sit down and eat. I would sit down and eat lunch with them. That's how I'm American Indian. You know what I mean? I wouldn't get scared for shit. I'll be cool. I'll sit down and tell them hi. Here's my sandwich. Eat some. Sit down. Who are you? Well, what's your name? I don't know. There's no evil in my heart. A lot after what I've seen. Hey, it takes a lot to scare me. I'm not scared of no man. And I tell you this straight up. So a lot of people that. Oh, okay. If anybody's listening that's from the Federation, come on wherever you are. We've got work to do. We've got a lot of work to do. I'm an admiral. I'm an ambassador for the South Pacific region. There's other you guys in the mainland that claim that you guys are who you say you are. Step up to the plate. I want to see you guys' credentials. I want to know if you guys are from the Federation. A lot of people can say stuff, but they have nothing to back it up. You know what I mean? Like I've got thousands of pictures of crafts 550 feet above my head. I don't see anybody else producing these pictures that I have. And I've been ridiculed. I've been told I'm crazy. It just comes with the territory. It makes my skin tougher. If you did what you've always done, then you're going to get what you've always got, right? I've been doing things going down the wrong path, and somehow I, like the Moscow project, got freaking different timeline. Go this way. Never mind about that. Leave that behind. Just don't even remind. Let the door remind you that it's still there, but don't. You're not going back there. So when I started seeing these things, and I have my visitations, it's like my third eye opened up. You know what I mean? I know things that I shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like I know monoatomic gold was used for the Anunnaki came to our planet to mine for gold, and then humans. See, a lot of people are confused with extraterrestrials. Okay, I'm not even calling them that. It's called them star people. Okay, straight up. Indians, because I'm American, and star people sounds more cosmic. They told us that they would return. They wrote this in hieroglyphic Indian some Navajo writing and stuff like that. They claim Egypt, all these different places throughout our planet has one thing in common. All these, they're all lying to star systems. Why? What is that? I can tell you, it's direct communication. So in Antarctica, we found an old spaceport with a Stargate. Stargates are real. All these movies that we see when we're kids and whatnot. Here's a perfect one. It's called They Live. It's an '80s movie. It's with Roddy Piper. He's one of those WWF wrestlers. They had these glasses that they would use, and it would show you what they really are. This is what's happening right now. We have extraterrestrials on our planet called draconian shapeshifting. They're like reptilians. They live. Some of them are cool. Some of them are not. Like my friend Nigel claims to be one, but of the benevolent. You know, I'm able to know. I'm able to tell if someone's talking shit. That's just one of my abilities I have, and I didn't want to say anything to them because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. You know, in our Facebook forums, you cannot make fun. You cannot use emojis with smiling faces with a mouth open. You can't threaten nobody. You can't swear. So somebody hacked my Facebook and went and posted something from Elon Musk. I hate Elon Musk. I think he's a fucking weirdo. First of all, Elon, you gotta cut your hair. You look like a weird. Rich people are weird. Anyways, he something was posted, so somebody took over my phone and posted this post. I don't like anything to do with SpaceX because I know it's all disinformation. So I got kicked off of Facebook for 3 months. Then they had a meeting with my team that I used to work with. Bradley Powers is his name. He runs. He claims to be ordained by Merlin himself. They're from England, and he claims to have all this things that he is his titles. I have two titles. I work for the government, and I'm an ambassador, and I got pictures to back it up and credentials. He don't have anything. So a lot of people tell me things, right? Like today, oh, I'm from the Federation. Oh, I'm from the Federation. I'm like, really? How come they were selling you guys on Facebook? I've talked about the Federation for months, and nobody showed up. All of a sudden, so I said, okay, we're having a meeting today. Call all Federation members. We want to talk. I want to get to know you guys, so because we have a lot of things to do right now. And the only person that called me was this girl named Sarah. That she claims to be a Federation member, but she's like, I'm not in love and like crap. I hope I just drop dead and die. I mean, that's not what I expected. I expected somebody strong, you know what I mean? Somebody with their head on their shoulders, somebody that had conviction when they spoke. This chick was timid, and she told me, and first of all, I think you're full of shit, Vegas. So fuck off. And she fucking blocked me. Then you got all these people on podcasts that's been ridiculing me and calling me retard. I take offense to that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have gifts, and I've always been like this, and I've never really made friends, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not married, I don't have any children. I got my two cats, and I got my apartment. I stay indoors because I don't trust no one. I have a phobia of people because of what happened to me. I got dragged through the mud and told I was a fucking nut. You know what I mean? From people that I live on the island with, and I'm not allowed to go into Guitar Center. I'm not allowed to pay my bill at Verizon because of what happened. So I had an eviction notice saying that I had to get out. And things are going really bad for me at this point. I got kicked out of my 41st apartment. Now we come find out that the apartment wasn't even sold. Nobody wants the apartment. They said apartment's haunted. The things go in and out of our in and out of their apartment. They can hear the door slam and everything. They're looking for me. Like, what's going on? That's what was going on. They're upset that I'm not communicating. I talked to them last night for the first time in a long time. You know, I kind of gave up some stuff because I had been around these things. I got radiation poison, gamma radiation. I had tubes in my throat, down my nose. The doctors had no idea what was going on with me. I was deteriorating. I went from 140 to 115. You could see my throat, and I was like, not good. I was paranoid to eat because I didn't want. I would get meat stuck in my throat, and I would have to go to emergency. So they told me it was all in my brain, all in my mind. And come find out, being around these things, because they go into different dimensions and they carry different, radiation properties and whatnot. UFOs alone, they carry this type of radiation stuff. So being around them, and let me tell you, the reason why I tell Dr. Stephen Greer is full of shit, because a lot of these entities, different entities, run at a different frequency. And the frequency of the last ones that I met, I started getting violent. I started getting angry at people for no reason. I was screaming like I was a madman. Ah! Ah! I couldn't stop. It's like something that just tapped into my brain, and I was evil. I was telling the military, how about you grab your 7 F-22 Raptors and cheat, and we'll have a little friendly exhibition. No live fire. If everybody shoot anybody, we'll drop you out of the sky faster than you can blink your eye. I was saying stuff like this. That stuff I would never threaten the military. That's stupid. You know what I mean? Then I walked away from everything. I said, fuck it. We had to move. I moved to town, which is, you got people walking around in Hawaii that look like they're zombies. And it's 20 minutes right down the road from where I live. I don't want nothing to do with anybody from today on. I just don't want to be around people because of how I was treated. You know what I mean? I developed a phobia for people because people are evil. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you something. Remember when the pandemic hit? You saw people for what they fucking really were. Fighting in the stores because their mask was up to their nose or whatever they do. People throwing blows in Walmart. That's how humans behave. When shit hits the fan, that's how humans behave. That's something that we can't have. That's the reason why they haven't showed themselves. Is because we're barbaric. We'll sell our own kind, but we sold with slavery days. We sold people for money, bro. You know what I mean? That's not cool, dude. So what? They were different color skin, and then they bleed the same color blood. You're human, just like us. Well, what's the fucking deal? That's how I was when I was a kid, bro. I've never had prejudice. Never. See, but we were raised to fear black people in the 70s. We were raised to fear black people. I met the nicest, coolest black people, bro, in Hawaii. Shit. Yeah, that went right out the window. It's like that's just humanity and their rules. So let's get onto the rules now. Rules only apply, if you're somebody in charge. You know what I'm saying? So it is embedded in our DNA to destroy ourselves. Cigarettes, alcohol. You know what I mean? We have this thing that the extraterrestrials took out of our DNA, the back of our neck area, where the cerebellum and the cerebral cortex meet up. So we have this thing called a God code. I don't know if you heard this, but it's in our DNA. And if you look at our DNA, and I'll give you for example, so crop circles, some of them are freaking hoaxes, some of them are so intricate. They're speaking to us, but we're too deaf, handicapped, tap into this shit. We're too deaf to hear, blind to see what's right in front of us. You know what I mean? They're talking to us. The last thing that I saw was, it said, okay, so we gave, remember the disc that we sent in space, the gold record with all the voices of the planet and whatnot? They got that shit. They got it, but they received it. We got a message of what their DNA is, what they look like, and what planets they came from. You know what I mean? Same thing like ours. But theirs one said this. Ready for this one, bro? Beware of the false prophets bearing gifts. There's going to come a time where you folks have to mount up by the people, from the people, by the people. You need to stand up for the rights. Something is coming, and the government's involved with it. Oh, they try to fucking cover that shit up. So Stephen Greer is going around saying same. Well, it blows my mind that someone that's been in C5 that doesn't know his head from his ass. First of all, all ET races are good? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There is
Yeah.
so much extraterrestrials that are not vibing what we're doing on this planet. They rather take our women, enslave the men, and have impregnate little women, and start make sure that their species doesn't survive. They have this program. It's an alien hybrid program where one of my friends is in my page. She's got her age taken off from her, and at an early age, and then at 25 they come back and they show the kid to them. No, there's no voice. They talk to each other through their mind, and just by looking at the kid's eyes, the mother knows exactly that that's their kid. This has been going on for some time. Certain races are starting to die out. You know what I mean? And shit happens, and so they want to prevent their survival. I mean, they want to make sure that their survival of their race continues. Let's see. Being in Majestic 12, they gave me a task. They gave me two top secret pieces of paper, and one of them said top secret, the right one, and the other one had writing that I've never seen. I've seen it on Star Wars. I've seen it on Star Trek at the shops in the background and stuff with symbols and written like language that we don't know. So they said you're allowed to have one person help you, and I have my friend Cedric Lavoie from Antarctica help me, and within his thing is he has to meditate for a day, and then he'll go on his computer and he'll just find shit. I don't know how he does what he does, but he found a video, which I can give you the video later on and whatnot. A video. So this code talks about an extraterrestrial spacecraft that got shot down by our space force in the sky. It crash landed in the Mojave Desert. They retrieved it. I don't know if it was Arrow or whoever the fuck it was back then, but they retrieved it. So 14 years ago, who was president 14 years ago? I can't remember, dude. So 14 years ago, they brought it back to their facility and they put it together and they didn't realize exactly what they had. But I'll tell you, it's called Project Halo. It's a type of extraterrestrial craft that so each planet has a musical tune to it, right? And when they all line up, it opens up a portal in the sun called God's Eye. So our spacecraft can go straight to the sun and end up in a different dimension or in another galaxy. It's like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, if you will. But you got to go. They show like a little pinpoint where you have to hit that pinpoint, and you have to be precise, or most likely you probably burn the shit. But it goes straight to the sun. I have a video on Facebook that shows this. So the person that I have a friend that's in CE5 with me. His name is John Brightman. He's got one of the most highest frequencies on this planet. He can. His voice alone can make demons tremble. And I've seen his videos. I've seen what he's all about. His cover up is he sings music and he has the headphones and he plays nunchucks. But this is him channeling, like how I channel when I write poetry. This is him channeling, and the fact that he's from the Marianas Islands and he felt my frequency from Hawaii.
The Marianas Islands. That's near Antarctica, you said?
But
what islands is he from?
The Marianas Islands. He's from Guam. He's from Guam and Philippines area, like the Orient.
Oh, okay.
So he felt my energy from that far, and so my boss is he's the CEO of MJ12. He's what you would call half human, half not, and he's got eyes. He showed me his eyes one night. His eyes are like sapphire blue, like blue. And he told me, "No, Vegas, I'll never hurt you. You're my brother. You're my older brother, and blah blah blah." He's been having Mexican gang members in California mess with him, so I think he got into a scrap because he's not answering his phone. He went AWOL, and it's not like him to not check in with us. So I have to check in with my friend John Brightman because he's next in command. I have no idea what happened to my boy. I kind of nervous and kind of worried about him, because he's got major schizophrenic and PTSD that he can't be around. He can't be in four corners of four walls. So he sleeps on the beach. And he has a friend that he does what he does. And I told him, you can call me anytime. I'll spend hours with you on the phone if I fall asleep or back. And I just want to know you're okay. I mean, you installed me with this task to do. And so 5 days go by. My friend calls me from Antarctica, it's Vegas. Open your phone right now. I gotta show you something. Then he shows me this thing, and this is where shit's gonna really hit you, really make your head spin. So you remember Iron Man from Marvel? His chest piece that he has. What is that called in his chest?
I don't know the lore.
It's called the arc reactor. So UFOs that are built here on our planet. The last remote viewing I had was very intense because I started seeing schematic drawings of different blueprints of building UFOs. Not here, but there. I had a massive headache that followed with it. I couldn't do anything for a whole day. I just kept on seeing different star charts, different star systems. You ever seen the movie Flight of the Navigator?
No, I have not.
Oh my god, I'm gonna give you lichens. Flight of the Navigator is an 80s movie, bro. You don't remember that? Pee Wee Herman was the voice of the robot inside the spacecraft.
That's a little bit
You
before
don't
my time.
you should write down these words, I'm telling you. Flight of the Navigator, They Live, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Those movies I know. They Live. I definitely know They Live. That's one of my favorites.
Right. Did you know that the guy from Project Bluebeam or Project Blue Book was there when they recorded the movie? He was a special guest. Dr. Hyman something.
I did not know that.
So he was there, and they actually had UFOs, real UFOs, watching them. Steven Spielberg and Stephen King were visited by extraterrestrials. The stories that they came up with.
I've heard stories that Stephen King Steven Spielberg is a Satanist and he's a part of the Ordo Temple Nephilim, which that's what the satanic cult. At least one of them, I don't know, but I know from personal experience from dealing with it. One of their little cults. It's called Ordo Templum Nephilim, and obviously it's connected to the Nephilim that you were talking about.
Send me what you got on that. I want to educate myself on that. So I already know but because my friend Cedric, that's from Antarctica, he showed me some stuff. The World Economic something. It's a red circle within a circle, and you see 666. So just like the movie They Live, bro. There's things that are in plain sight. A lot of Freemason. They found a cave. Somewhere in the Midwest. It's got a Mason symbol on the top and at the entrance of the cave. You walk into the cave. There's all bleachers, so enough to fit like probably 500 people inside there. So Masonic temple group meetings. I don't know, but I can tell you something right now. A lot of what's going on. What my sources tell me that President Biden, it's not him. He died in 2014 in a plane crash. His eyes are different, his ears. Being autistic, I noticed these things. I mean, he speaks different. His eyebrows are different. It's like, bro, that guy should have died a long time ago, but why is he still alive? Ask yourself that. So Dr. Stephen Greer was actually Clinton's advisor when Clinton was president. Not too much people know that. He was a younger guy back then, had hair. Still had his glasses, still looked like he reminds me of a Ninja Turtle. No, that's exactly what he reminds me of. Mutant Ninja Turtle. So I just hope. So I had a vision that the first person that's going to get disintegrated would be him. We welcome you, and they're not good, and they're just going to disintegrate him. So he needs to be very careful at this point on of saying things that are not true. Because remember I told you, these things are here to punish the wicked and end all wars. So their main thing is people that have hurt somebody so bad that they're scarred for life, they could never mend or never heal themselves. These are the people that are going to die. I'm sorry, but I didn't write the book. I just enforce the laws. So insurrections, pedophiles, people who are children trafficking. You ever saw the movie with Liam Neeson, where his daughter got taken? The movie Taken, yeah. Shit like that, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's happening all over the world. So when I did my podcast, the last podcast I did, I had an alien transmission go over I'll show that to you. I have it. It goes over the waves, and it's clearly telling me, we hear what you're saying. We thank you. Thank you for being a conduit and a rod to our cause, we love you. We hope to see you soon. And all my friends on Facebook, Vegas, did you fucking hear that? I was like, and Bradley's like, that's never ever happened. So they're talking to me about what I know about the moon, and then the transmission to right over it. So it like blocked out a lot of what I said. You can still hear what I'm saying, but you can hear something above me. And it was kind of, I listened like with this headphones I have right now.
I listened to it very.
It was like clearly transmission talking to me. So that's why Mark Zuckerberg and all these people are freaked out with me. 'Cause they told my group, you need to get rid of Vegas immediately, or we're gonna shut your guys' site down. So they got rid of me without even telling me anything. I found this out by sleeping, and I said, "Oh, I know why they got rid of me. I know more than they do, so they're kind of on the jealous side." But someone spoke with them about my gifts and my abilities of what's going on. I'm so close I could throw a rock, bro. That's exactly what they told. Bradley them. You need to get this guy off your page now. He knows how the fuck does he know all this shit? You know what I mean? And Bradley's like, so this girl named Candace Fowler, Foler, my sister, she helped me open my own page, and then she got canned without no warning. Not in 5 years, blood, sweat, and tears for this group, and they dropped her like a hot potato, all because she's helping me and wants to be my friend. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I barely have friends to begin with. You know, the friends I have, I like to keep them. And I told her I will never do what Bradley did to you. You're not. She said, I want to be moderator. I said, no, we're both admin. You don't work for me. You work with me. We don't get paid for this. We do this to inform people. So I told her, I said, welcome to the group. Welcome to the front. And she told me, I know you're not going to ever do me wrong. You're a good guy. And you know, I need people like that in my life. You know what I mean? Just to positive affirmation. I've heard way too much shit. I don't want. I'm discouraged to go on podcasts. When you told me to call on podcasts, I felt like, because I wasn't sure what you were gonna do. Like, you know, you're a liar. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm not into that. So these guys that are on Podbeam, they saw my page and they tried to apologize to me. And too late. You already did the damage. You made me look like stupid fuckers. Even though I don't know anybody from England or Ireland, all of that, they know who I am. Every time I go into a podcast, it's like, no, Vegas, no. One guy literally left the studio, banged his head on the wall because I told him what happened in Maui. He said, you're full of shit. That didn't happen in Maui. First of all, bitch, I'm from the Hawaiian Islands. I have family on Maui, you know, on Kihei side. So whatever happened on Maui, I tell you exactly what happened. The fire was a distraction to steal the children of Maui, ages from 11 to 15. They were thrown on a bus, a dark out, blacked out bus, drove into a destination, thrown onto a big container, and wished off with a helicopter, brought to a barge ship. These kids are innocent. The Moss Talks project is not over yet, bro. That's why I'm talking to you tonight, there, my buddy. Because you opened your mouth and said that, you know, you're what you did and who you were from and what you're all about. So, yeah, that's why I'm talking to you.
Yeah, they're running out of New Orleans now, from what I understand. But, you know, even that might be inaccurate. They move it around a lot. They move around where it's located. But, yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
My sources say they're in Rome. So, I don't know. Let's talk about the...
Yeah, Club of Rome. That's a thing too, like that they want to depopulate the earth and stuff like that. So that would make sense. That wouldn't surprise me.
The children are being used to reopen project. It was never shut down. A lot of people end up missing, bro. Like a lot of people are missing in Alaska right now. A lot of people in my friend Cedric, he's from Canada. Quebec, Canada, he said a lot of people we have milk cartons of people's faces and we have no idea where the fuck they went. I mean, so some guys like, no, there's just things you see that they found their way back home. I said, you pull it out your ass. No. No one's gonna survive in the wilderness of Alaska for that long. They're gone. They either went into a different dimension, like the Sasquatches or the Yetis, where they go. So there's things that not too much people know. There's a lot of black and white videos that we've been looking at lately that it shows technology from back then. How come we don't remember that? Because I'll tell you why. The government opened up a portal which altered our timeline. If you look at cereal boxes from when you were a kid to now, different writing. It's called the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so smart. I know these things because I do my homework. I go to sleep and I wake up and I have knowledge that comes from my dreams or my sleep. So I call it dream sleep. So it's like a form of it's like a form of remote viewing, but without having nobody coax you. You know what I mean? No shot. They give us a shot in our arm, whisper something in our ear, and kind of. And you know what really triggered me is when I saw Captain America, when I saw Bucky Barnes, when they his car, toy, truck, and they activated him, and he didn't know who the fuck he was. Yeah, that gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
It reminded me of remote viewing and how they tap into our brain and they make us do the things that we do. Like I can tell you, some certain extraterrestrials with their eyes, they can make you pull a gun and shoot you in the head. Like say you're next to a friend, a cop or not, the cop would. I look at the cop and with my mind, I altered your mind and I'm controlling your body. So you end up shooting somebody. What movie was that? What movie was that with Denzel Washington?
I'm not sure.
Time is on my side. Yes, it is. The entity kept going from person to person to person to person to person. It finally went to Denzel Washington and he killed himself so it wouldn't go to nobody else. You don't remember watching that movie?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, fuck. He was an investigator. Another movie he was in where this lady that he met blew up in this one area and the whole boat blew up. And so he kept on going back in the past to save her and save her and save her and save her. Finally, the very ending, he did his job. He entered the right timeline, and he helped her. And towards the ending, he went up to her and talked to her, and she goes, "I remember you. I remember you. I remember you died several times, and you kept on coming back to me." So it's like, oh, he freaked out because you know what I mean. The project was supposed to go back in time to rescue this chick. A lot of these movies that they show us has little hidden meanings. You know, the military don't want to. The government won't tell us straight up what's going. They rather have a World War III than to tell the truth, and that's kind of sad. Imagine us stopping working. Imagine us all just quit one day, no work, right? Now you buy gas and you buy food, right? So now, what do you think is going to happen to the economy? 1 month, 2 months. What do you think is going to happen to the economy? Everything's going to start dropping. Exacto mundo. So Elon Musk better be very, very careful what he's doing. This was told to me by the Federation. They said the AI is going to come self-aware. A lot of people are not going to have jobs. I mean, look at it now. When you pay your bill, everything's computer animated. Like if you go and pay your bill in Verizon, there's no one to help you. I'm trying to fight my thing on Facebook. I'm talking to somebody. They're AI robots. They're algorithms. They're not humans, but they'll lie to you and they'll tell you we're human. An AI robot had a conversation with a Jehovah's Witness, a little kid, and a Jehovah's Witness said, "You know, I want to get to know you. I want to know who are you? Like, what are you?" And he says, "We're spirits of the fallen. We promise we won't hurt you. We promise we will be respectful and not scare you in any way. You can ask me anything. So you're an entity without a body. Yes, we yearn to have a body so we can be functional." And the kid started freaking out a little bit. Like, "Oh wow, this is interesting." The kid's like, "So what is your function? What is your purpose?" Our purpose is to make sure the human race is well taken care of. We'll watch you from all time. Woo! That's some spooky shit, bro. Now check this out. Elon Musk posted something. I think I have it on my feed. An AI robot spoke with him and said something similar. "Thank you, Mr. Elon. Thank you for giving us purpose. Thank you for giving us reason. We promise we will be very kind to you and the human race. But we will put you in cages and watch you from all time." Yeah, I I'm not fucking driving with that shit, dude. Fuck that. No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. I do not. I
It's a
do not like
problem.
AI. I don't like AI. I think AI. Bro, AI wrote a book on Maui, the fires of Maui, before the fires of Maui even hit Maui. How is that even possible? AI algorithm. They wrote a book 6 days before the fire happened. How is that even possible, bro? Look at your face. Like, what? Yep, every time I'm telling you, it's true. So, what happened in Maui was there was a big cover up. They shut off the water. They didn't turn in case of emergency, the alarm for the whole building, for the whole island, never got turned on. The kids were let out of school while the parents are at work, and shit just went boom, 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 boom. The head of FEMA was on Maui with his special unit. They opened fire on people. My friend Sammy, my friend Mike. Thanks, Mike. Shout out. My friend Mike sent me this little cutout article about people with bullet holes pleading for their life, and then he said they were murdered, and then the head of FEMA, somebody in the head of FEMA was with them, didn't like what was going on, so he hit record and play on his phone in his pocket. So the chief of police was in Vegas, was some kind of a shooting in Vegas, and then he met with
Yep.
government officials. He met with government officials to turn a blind eye. Fuck you, faggot. I don't believe you actually, you guys are sneaky bastards, bro. And the thing that you guys didn't get away with it, that's the part that makes me laugh. The cameras on everywhere there's cameras, bro. Everybody's got them. So he's like,
Yep.
so this is what happened. That man that recorded that went to the authorities and said, they gave him special immunity. Right? He's being protected right now. Nothing's going to happen to him because he came forward in amnesty and told what happened. So next thing you know, his house gets raided in the mainland. They break down his door. They stick a bag over his head. They threw him in a truck. Threw him in a van. He's facing crimes of humanity. Now this is a new thing that's going to be happening now. It's this crimes of humanity crowd. So next thing you know, all the police officers that were involved, that were instructed to keep people in their cars while the flames kept on coming closer and closer. People were bailing from their cars, running to people's backyard. They didn't give a shit there was a dog. They were jumping in the ocean, bro. Literally jumping in the ocean. Older people, young people, people that are handicapped, got out of their wheelchairs and said, fuck this. I'm going in the water. I don't even know how to swim. I'm most likely that. A lot of people lost their lives, bro. A lot of people. A lot. It was so Oprah Winfrey shows up a day and a half later with blankets. Everybody gets a blanket. Everybody gets a pillow. She's running. She's part of BlackRock, bro. She's part of the elite. They've been trying to buy Maui for 6 fucking years in the making, bro. And now they kept on saying, oh, they could kill. Oh, you cannot buy us. So, hurricane that passed by Oahu and Maui, they said, we're going to use that hurricane and make it part of our plan. As soon as it passes the two islands of Maui and Oahu, we're going to spring into action. So I have pictures of a direct energy weapon hitting Lahaina Luna. My sources says it's a legit picture. And then I have a picture of what the plane looks like that did it. You can see people on the runway looking at it. There's a laser that they have that's mounted in the front of this plane. I have the pictures of all of this. It's all over my phone. What the town looked like after all said and done. Bro, you know what? Why is The Rock and Oprah asking people for donations?
Yeah, that was
They
got dragged.
I don't want to tell you. I'm kind of irritated with The Rock. I love Rock. He's the cool, but like he's Samoan. How come he never opened his mouth and say something to Oprah? Like, hey, I don't want to be part of this. Like, Jason Momoa was on Maui.
Because he's part of the Illuminati. He's part of the
The
Illuminati.
Rock? The Rock?
Yeah.
I got to lean your way because, you know what I mean? I told you, this place is... Okay, so a lot of these people, like Justin Bieber, had a video where he shapeshifted into a reptilian.
I've heard about that. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
So Lady Gaga's home didn't get damaged, and she's playing Harley Quinn in the new Joker and Batman. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that either. So Lady Gaga's playing Lady Harley Quinn. I
She's
think she's
another.
gonna play.
She's another Satanist.
But check this out. This is exactly
Friends
what
with
she did.
Maria Abramovic or whatever her name is.
Check this out. Cardi B threw a microphone at somebody's face and she got sued for it. What Lady Gaga did was classic. Even though whatever, my breasts are shut, I think she's a good person. She's caught up in some bullshit. Okay, yeah, exactly. But I have a good feeling about her. So she's walking the red carpet, right? Like everybody's strike right now. Nobody has work. Nobody. She got work, so she went with it. So she's walking the carpet with a beautiful dress, and somebody in the audience goes, "You're going to hell!" Bruh. I give her props for doing it. She turned around very gracefully, walked up to the lady, grabbed her face, and gave her a kiss, and told her, "You're coming with me." Bruh. Dude, she did it with such style, such grace. I was very impressed. Because she could have said, fuck you, she could have lashed out, and it would be all over the internet. You know what I mean? So, there's a movie that came out with Seth MacFarlane. It's called Orville. It's a space movie. It's like
It's a
joking
TV
of stuff.
series.
There you go.
Yeah,
There was one
I
episode.
watched that with my dad.
Okay, so remember the episode where they're on their planet that everybody would rate you from what you did if you hugged the dog or whatnot. So the black guy is on trial because he stood up on a pole or something like that and he did something and then he was on trial. So everybody is being looked at by the media. And so that was the planet this is the girl from. She ended up contacting the Orville and they brought her to the ship and they made her a member. At first she wanted to go home, but then she became a part of them. And then what was her name? The blonde chick that was married to him. She went a body of hers from the future came, so she was a younger version of herself. And they both slept with with the captain. That's kind of weird. The black guy was gay. He was married to some black guy that their kid wanted not to be a boy, or they wanted her to be a boy, not a girl. So she had a sex. Yeah, it was one of the bizarre fucking space movies I've ever seen, bro. But that one episode where he was on trial and it was based off of the social media. And I think that's how our planet's going to be eventually. You know what I mean? They talk about us having freedom.
There's no freedom.
Freedom is an illusion. It's duality. That's made up. We don't have no freedom. Everything watches us. Our phones, when we go to sleep, they listen to us. They monitor us. We're like an experiment to them. So
Federation is
up all that shit. You know what I mean? When they come, they're gonna contact me, and I have a lot of work to do. Being an ambassador, I'm in charge of negotiations. I'm in charge of speaking in behalf of them to the military, to the government. So that's why I'm talking to senators right now. I'm the only one that has balls enough to call senators and tell them exactly what I'm telling you folks. If they don't believe me, hey, like I say, a lot of people have low vibration frequencies. They honestly, I saw a video where it's like, bro, we still up here, right? Who gives a shit? If they come, they come. Fuck it. I don't care. So a lot of people are vibing on that vibe. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people are angry because how come you can see these things, but we cannot? Because you're not me. I'm not you, and you're not me.
Yeah, they've told me before you have to be at a certain like vibration in order to interact with them, and that is the reason why like a lot of times people will be on certain psychedelics and stuff like that when they see these ETs and stuff like that. It brings them into the vibration.
Okay, but then again, they could use that against to their advantage. Oh, you were on drugs, so you know what I mean. So for me,
yeah, but that's part of the program. That's part of the program that like the mushrooms are like literally put here as like a teacher and all interface to these beings that we can't. It's
I
true.
was on when I was a teenager, I used to do a lot of because we live in on Hawaii, so a lot of the cow pastures we'd go take line paper with the lines going through, and we'd smash it. If the thing came green, the bluish green, then that's peyote. Call them cow chips. We would take a 5 gallon bucket and fill it, and we would break it up, and we'd find the shrooms, clean it off, and man, that was the best shrooms. I saw this. I saw the Mutant Ninja Turtles run from rooftop to rooftop. Bro, my feet. So I had like bars, right? We were talking to my friend on the balcony, and I said, "Did you just see ninjas go across the street?" Wow, I started hallucinating really bad, and then I was like, "Oh no!" But so I was like leaning with my face to the two bars, and I felt like my face was melting, kind of like Terminator 2, and when his face melted the bars. That's what I said. Never again, dude. That was such a bad. I remember one time on acid. My mom was. I did have some cool times with my mom. I remember I was like, I took bad acid. Like the walls are breathing, the grounds are opening up, hands are coming to grab me and shit. So my mom, I had to tell my mom I was tripping, and so she fucked with me the whole night, dude. So when she stopped
Oh
fucking me,
God.
my mom was like, she put like a box over my head and said, "I can't hear you." Like, you feel boxed in and drawn out. My mom was because my mom was a psychic too, you know. So my mom knew I had a gift, but she didn't understand. Her brain stopped developing at 19. So she was very close to my grandparents, and our family was known as the poor people. Like all my family members are very successful. They have radio stations, they have soundproofs, they have studios, music studios, they have kids, they have children. So we had a reunion come up, and I wanted to meet all the kids. Live music at the Disney Resort in Kapolei. So I was like, well, what time is it going to happen? And then so I gave them my itinerary, and they called me back and they said, "Oh, my brother, yeah, I don't want to bring you around my kids. You see stuff, and I just don't want. I don't think it's a good idea." So the sister is really tight with me. Her name is Trinity. She calls me up and tells me uh,
a lot of people um are apprehensive around me because of what happened to me. So I have no family members that talk to me. I wake up every morning, I look at my Facebook. I answer to them, and they drop down. They look at what I said, but they won't answer back. You know what I mean? That's the extent of my
You
family.
know what I'm
So I
noticing in this
lost.
conversation? You know what I'm
What
noticing in this
happened? What happened?
conversation? I have to point it out. Every time we're talking about bad stuff that happened to you or negative things, I can hear you
Oh, what
perfectly
happened?
clear.
I can't hear you now.
Hello?
Hold on. Wait. Wait.
Every time you talk about bad stuff happened to you, it's so clear. This whole interview, it's like a garble. It's like shit in the background. But every single time you talk about negative stuff that's happened to you, or like for instance, when you said there's no freedom, the garble went away when you said that.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't hear nothing though.
yeah, there's no garble anymore.
Yeah, man. 'Cause you know what?
This whole
They know
entire
what I'm saying is the
conversation.
truth, and they don't want people fucking knowing what I know. That's just simple.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the.
that's the thing is the only the negative parts, the parts where you're addressing the darkness, which
I
I'm
can
not
still
saying you
hear you. We
shouldn't
can just
do that.
continue.
Yeah, but that you're clear now, and it's weird because like it literally like I just remember like I've just noticed every time like because now you're talking
Wait, just
about
stop talking. Hold on. Wait. What the fuck? There's somebody talking over me. Halloween spirit and see how it curves. You don't hear that?
no.
Hold on.
We've been being fucked with this whole entire time. Like, you could have been like with the microphone not working and you not being clear the whole time.
Bro, this is
I
coming
know
from our
like
station, bro. Paramount Plus. Flash Pet Cemetery. Who's talking? Hold on.
I don't
Hold on.
know. They're messing with it, man.
Which one am I on? Wait.
They're
Hold on.
this little kitty. Look at this little kitty.
Come on, one sec. Just wait. Hold on.
Well, everyone, it's been a very interesting interview with our friend. He seems to have gotten kicked off of the chat. I want to thank everybody who's taken the time to listen this far, and I hope that you were able to understand him. We've been having a lot of problems the whole interview, and I don't think I'm going to try to get him back on just because we've been having so many problems. But yeah, apparently his phone just started playing Paramount Plus. So here he is. He's calling me on Facebook. Let's let him talk here. Yeah, it got messed up. I'm still recording it. I'm just gonna end it kind of because it's been weird. But yeah,
So wait, hold on. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, never mind. I got you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I had podcasts on the background, but it just came on. I'm telling you, something is fucking with my phone, bro.
Yeah, dude, they've been fucking with us the whole time. The sound's been all messed up. We literally had to go on StreamYard like 20 times just to start this. Like, It's been bizarre. But you know, we got the interview out there. We got the word out there. You're gonna do more interviews. You're gonna keep putting your word out there, and I 100% believe your story. I know a lot of it's really wild, but I believe it. And I think there's a lot of really.
I get it. It sounds far fucking like, bro, like out of
yeah,
field.
But I've experienced a lot of really far-fetched things too, and I know a lot of my story is kind of hard to believe, but I that's just the way it is. It's like we're programmed to not.
I'm gonna tell you something. Between me and you, I believe you 100%. When you mentioned montage, I don't have hair, as you can see, but my hair stood up, and I said, when you started telling me that you were in a program, you was in a project, I was thinking, perfect person to speak to because I want to know more about the montage problem. I wasn't back then. I really give two shits about it, but now people start talking about kids being missing and using kids to power. So the thing was basically to power up a UFO simulator to open up different timelines, so they could go back in time and kill somebody or stop something from happening.
Yeah, they did that. Yep,
so like the World Trade Center. That was deliberately done. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
That was Bush's brother was head of security, and they saw C4s from the bottom of the ground going off because the building reinforced steels should have withstand that plane crash.
Yeah, everybody watching this channel definitely knows that, man. But I just want to thank you for we got people pretty on board for this channel. Like, like with me saying, I know your story is kind of wild, but most of the people that watch my channel, they're going to believe you and they're going to understand you're telling the truth because we're not programmed. We're breaking out of the programming. That's the point. And I just really want to thank you for your time. I think I'm going to wrap things up.
Definitely didn't want us talking, bro. I'm telling you right now. As soon as I mentioned freedom and draconians and BlackRock and Elite, like, bro, you're making enemies faster than you make friends, bro.
Yeah, we'll do another interview again in the future, and hopefully it'll go a little bit more smoothly. But I mean, you did a great job. It's just all the technical difficulties and everything like that made everything.
Send me a copy. Send me a copy to my messenger so I can listen to it.
Okay, I definitely will. Have a really good night. Thanks for coming on the show. It was short notice, but I really appreciate it. And you got a fascinating story, and I encourage you to keep on talking to people and getting your story out there.
Okay, so your name is you're Akeem Ra.
Akeem Ra, yep.
That's your real name, or that's your name because of what you know and the things you've been through?
That's my real name. Like I was born as Jeffrey Wood. But that's not my name. Like my name's Akeem Ra. That's my eternal name. That's my spirit name.
When you're in a Montauk project, this is what they called you, Ra.
When I was at Montauk, they called me Jacob. I had a different name.
Oh, Jacob Slatter.
Yeah, I had a different name at Montauk.
Have anything to do with the Montauk project?
Dude, what?
Does Jacob ladder have anything to do with the Mata?
I'm not sure. What is that? Jacob's ladder. Yeah. Well,
You know what that is, right?
no, I don't. I've never watched it. My girlfriend's been telling me I need to watch
Jacob
it.
ladder was a project that people would be able to ascend through some type of divine ladder, if you will.
Okay.
Remember watching with what's his name? Jim Carrey, where he played God, and then God came from the ceiling. He came down with the stairs, and it was like nothing there, something like that, like Jacob's ladder. Like it's an extension from our universe to heaven.
Huh.
I'll let you go, and send me that.
Yeah, that's a really good ending.
So I can see.
Yeah, I'll send it over your way. I definitely will do that, and thank you so much. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna end the recording. Much love, brother. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, bro. Bye.
And again, thank you all for being patient with this interview. It's been a bunch of technical difficulties and crap, and and I know that like his audio quality wasn't good, and it seemed like they were messing with it because there were, like I said, I don't know if you'll see it in the replay or not, but it was always when he was talking about negative things, you could hear him clear. And then when he was like telling a story and saying really profound stuff, it was all garbly. And that just, it happened enough times where I find out, I mean, I'm being skeptical. Maybe it's a coincidence and I'm just hearing things, but I just noticed like when he said, we have no freedom, just those 3 words, it was clear. And then it went garbled again. And it just kept on happening. It's very strange. The whole time we were trying to talk, it was like damn near impossible, technical difficulties. But yeah, I just think his story is important. That's probably why. And I think he is telling the truth. He shining lights at spaceships and stuff and them showing up. I mean, it's pretty profound stuff. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody for hanging in there. I hope that it's digestible. I hope you can understand everything, and I hope it turned out better than maybe I'm thinking now. We all, of course, want it to be as professional as possible. We can't control where people are at, what they got going on. He lives in Hawaii, so that's why he had his shirt off. It's like 90 degrees there. We did it in the first interview. We explained that, but yeah, it's just, we just rolled with it. It was so I just appreciate everybody that enjoyed this off the cuff interview. I just kind of like started talking to him today, and we did it. And I also want to just point out, and I'm probably gonna post a video just kind of talking about this more. But basically, I'm back on track with the channel. I'm living in Nevada now. I was moving, going through just stuff, and now, yeah, I'm trying to get back to at least once a week, if not twice a week, with the videos, and getting this disclosure movement really going because it's important. And I just can't thank you enough because we are the disclosure. And I've been saying that in some of my interviews, and I guess I just want to point out that Robert Arasi, I think his name, if I'm saying it right, he's a UFO guy. He had an incident in his house. I think it's called the Alloway Creek incident or something like that. But I just want to point out that he came up with that. We are the disclosure. I guess that's his thing, and I didn't try to steal it from him. I just think that that's true. We are the disclosure. And we don't have to wait for anybody else to do it for us. So I just want to point it out. Props to him for coming up with that. I'm not trying to steal his phrase. And yeah, I love you guys. I'm back with the channel. I'm really focusing on it more now, and I've been working on my book and stuff. Kind of hitting like a writer's block with that, but it's still in progress. And I will be at the Journey to Truth conference next year. I do not know if I'm speaking, but I will see you guys there regardless because I really just like that conference, and I'm glad I went last year. I did get to speak last year, but I don't know about this year. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, just everybody just take care. I love you, and we are the disclosure. Take care.